Hello, everybody. This is Tim Hart, branch manager of Van Dyke Mortgage. Welcome to an episode of the Heartbeat Show podcast with a longtime friend, okay? Mandy Zehdner she cuts hair during the day, but now she also has a side company called Family Strong. Mandy, how you doing?
Hey, I'm doing good, Tim. How are you?
Good. Doing good. Thanks. Thanks for coming on. I
Yeah,
appreciate it.
thanks for having me.
Yeah, look how excited you are. You're good on camera. Good job.
Hey, I'm pumped. Thanks for having me. I am pumped.
All right. And so Mandy started a bit, or well, I should say Mandy and Joel, right? Is it
Yeah,
both of you? Yeah.
it's both of us, but he's the behind the scenes.
I almost said like he's not the looks of the group. We can't we don't give Joel any credit on this. No way.
But yeah.
Shout out to Joel. I'm messing with
Yes.
Joel. Hey, so Mandy, you started the business, and I've been, watching you do your thing with it, and I want to make sure I gave you a little bit of a platform to help because I think it's an important topic, and I appreciate you coming on. So, would you mind telling everyone what Family Strong is, and mainly before you tell us what Family Strong is, then I want to get into like the inspiration for how you came up with it.
Yeah, thank you. So Family Strong, we our FamilyStrongProject.com is our website, and you can find us on Facebook and Instagram. But we help build strong families founded in faith and growing in love. That is our mission. And we really strive to help families reconnect that are disconnected by screens. So that is our mission.
So, what I'm pretty sure I know what your inspiration probably was, since you do have 3 kids of your own. But what
Yeah.
inspired you to start this?
Well, it really stemmed all the way back to my son. He's 13 now. So you
Shout
can
out
imagine
Mason
the
Z. Can we pause real quick?
Mason Z.
Yeah, your son and my son are best buddies, and they're both named Mason. Mason Z, Mason H, right?
Yeah, the
Uh,
Mason to Mason show. Yeah, they're a riot.
Mason and
They
Mason
are.
talk show, right?
Well, yeah, and so he's 13 now, and so back when he was like 6 years old, he was playing, a video game, and it was time to turn it off, and I'm like, all right, buddy, time to turn it off, and he like lost his ever living mind. Like, have you ever had that moment when you tell a kid to get off the video game and they get angry or they get super upset? And I'm like, listen, we are not going to freak out when it's time to turn off the video game. Does that TV love you back? Does the Xbox love you back? Does mommy's phone love her back? No. In this house, we are going to spend time with things that love us back. And so that phrase, spend time with things that love you back, is really what propelled this whole thing, because that's the phrase that we've used. And now in Family Strong Project, that's what we teach everyone, is how to use that phrase and how to navigate that conversation with your kids to help build healthy boundaries around screens. And as parents, how to use those boundaries yourself. We work so much, and, how do you want to continue to build that relationship with your spouse and not always be glued to your phone and your device? So that's how it came about.
Well, what a unique, I shouldn't even say unique. What a cool statement though. Spend time with things that love you back, right? Um, I love that. And so anyone with kids, even if people don't have kids, I mean, they see the borderline addiction. Well, it's addiction in some cases, and
Yeah.
adults, don't be fooled out there. You're addicted to your phone. I mean, let's be honest, right, Mandy? I mean, like,
It's hard. It's hard to peel
Adult
yourself
Strong. I'm starting my own
away.
group called Adult Strong, Mandy. It's gonna be
Adult
just,
strong.
stop people
Yeah.
being addicted to phones.
Yeah. I find that one of the, when in the beauty industry, right? I, work. It was funny because when we launched this, I won this social media award, and I was like, oh, that's really funny because I just launched this Family Strong Project business. And, there's this drive to be an influencer, get so many likes and so many followers, and
Yeah.
it's just so intense. And you have to post at certain times of the day, and really that time to post is when you're supposed to really be with family, or it's just very interesting to me. And so I really had to pause and hold myself accountable to be fully present. So one of the greatest things that I did was turn off my notifications for social media so that
Mhm.
I can truly unplug and be fully present. One of the things that we teach is you can't listen with your hands full. So when your spouse or, your kids come up to talk to you, really putting the phone down, even just to answer their question.
Yeah.
So
Well, so like with you and your family, when you guys started this, did you? Why don't you talk about your journey with that with your own family? And by the way, so everyone knows, you're also a full-time hairdresser.
yeah. So I'm a full-time hairdresser. So this is kind of my passion project, and I just
Right.
felt called to do this. And when I felt like that tap on the shoulder, I was like, no, like I'm really busy. I travel for the hair company that I work for to educate in other salons and stuff. I just didn't really have time to do this, but I kept feeling that call, so here we are. And so we took this, the progression of it is, we use this phrase in our home to continue to remind our kids that we don't want the screen to kind of have that draw or that power over you that you can't disconnect from it. So even for us, we wanted to have that physical reminder of, okay, we need to unplug and be fully present. So we actually made it into a box to where we could have a decorative, we spend
Oh, you
time
got
with things that love you
props.
back box.
All right.
So you can find these on familystrongproject.com. But that was really our friend Bill Miner helped us etch those, and my dad hand makes them, and Joel helps polish them up and make them all nice and beautiful. But yeah, we made those, and that really helped us out, and we kept that in our home. And it's nice. It's nice to just say, okay, we're going to spend time with things that love us back. And here we give our kids the phone, go put this in the spend time with things that love you back box, and they run to do it. Like, they love it. So it's a great way, great communication tool.
So there's a lot of parents out there. And by the way, when I was making fun of adults being addicted to their phones, I'm one of them. Like it's a known addiction almost. Like if it's not your phone, it's your desktop, it's your laptop, it's
Yeah.
some way somehow the electronics are getting you. And so, I don't want to come off like I was holier than thou, like, oh, you
Well,
sinners
let's
out there. Meanwhile, I'm over there checking Twitter 5 minutes, every 5 minutes. So
Well, also, let's just talk about the fact of when you love what you do, right? Like, I love being a hairdresser. I love what I do. I love educating the community of stylists. You love what you do. Like, when we bought our house with you, it was an incredible experience. We could tell that you love what you do, Tim, and it was awesome. So, am
thanks.
I right? That's part of it. Like, it's
I enjoy
not.
the closing. I enjoy you guys. I enjoy the families getting into the home. That's for
Right.
sure. And the marketing part. That's fun too.
Yeah, but you were always there for us. You were always quick to respond. Like, it's not always necessarily addiction. Sometimes we just love our work, and it's hard to, unplug from that. So we have to, be mindful of that too. But yeah, it's not always like a bad thing.
So, and thanks for the compliment. What what's something that parents, because we all know, we know a lot of the same parents and other, you just see it in society right now, that like the kids and their electronics, especially phones for these teenagers. And
Hmm.
what is like one takeaway besides them jumping on a family strong, and we're going to talk about your digital course here before this is over. Okay.
Yeah.
We got to make sure to bring that up. Um, what's a good takeaway for someone that's watching this, that's maybe struggling with their teenager with the phone? Do you have like maybe just a quick tip for them?
Yeah. I know that this might be hard to hear, but the most important thing you can do for that child is walk the talk. Okay. So many times we tell our kids the best thing to do, get off your phone, get off your phone, get off your phone. But we have to be the example. We have to lead by example. We are the first generation of parents to parent in such a technology saturated world. So if we want them to have what I call digital awareness, we have to have digital awareness. So,
Digital awareness.
mm-hmm,
Okay.
yeah, yeah,
That's a good saying too.
yeah.
Did you make
So
these up, or has this always been around? I just didn't know digital awareness. That's solid.
that I'm pretty sure I made that up. I haven't
Yeah,
Googled it,
let's run with
but
it. Mandy Zehdner made up digital awareness. You heard it here first.
you heard it here on the
She's a
podcast.
pioneer. But you know what's fun? I've talked to people about this before, where like you'll hear people say like, when I was a kid, I was outside all day. I came home when the street lights, came on, whatever. Dude, we're not in that time.
No.
And if you don't think that me and my buddies would have been on the Xbox playing with each other all night, talking, laughing, having a good old time, like, you're mistaken if these generations don't think that they would have at least participated in it. I feel like we're kind of fooling ourselves. It's like, yeah, you weren't addicted to electronics because it wasn't there. You
Right.
and same with my generation, like we had, Sega was coming out, Nintendo was like, all these video game consoles were coming out, and we all loved to play them. We loved to go over to a buddy's house and play them or whatever. And it's just kind of grown from there. And I don't know. I think sometimes people lose sight of like, these are kids. You were a kid. If you were in
Yeah.
their spot, you probably would have been doing the same thing.
Look, here's the thing. Technology is a beautiful gift. It really, really is. But technology is also like cake. Okay. Too much of a good thing is not good for you.
Don't be don't be dogging cake right here.
It can lead to, you know, some not so great things. So we teach our kids how to walk across the street safely. We teach our kids how to ride their bike. We also have to teach our kids how to navigate the digital world safely. So that's what we're doing here. And that's what we're, trying to do as, like I said, the first set of parents, the first generation of parents to raise these kids. And that's going to last. This is going to impact our grandchildren. How we raise these kids in
Yeah.
this digital world is going to impact our grandkids.
Well, what seems to me to be the hardest thing is, yeah, they can get addicted to electronics, right? Like playing games or, messing around on the phone. But social media for these kids is next level.
Yeah.
I my wife and I personally make choices, about social media with our kids. And that's, you're not getting it. So, and I'm not judging anyone out there or anything. I just,
Right.
do you have any, what's Family Strong's feelings on social media for kids?
We have really strong feelings about social media. It's almost like taking a child to the center of New York City and just kind of walking away. And there's this, you know, being part of the community of trying to grow as an influencer in the beauty industry, you start to think about what other people think of you. And how, like I said before, how many likes you get.
Hmm.
You think about, how many followers you have, and it can become overwhelming or underwhelming. And it can really start to affect, I think if it can affect adults, it really can affect your children. So it can affect their self-esteem, and it's just not a healthy situation. They're already worrying about those things in high school and middle school. And I really think that there is age appropriate exposure to that we really need to be thinking about. And middle school is definitely not the time for social media. High school, it depends. It depends on their maturity level, really.
Yeah, because I mean, so many people, I mean, yeah, you can lock these down and, the privacy settings or whatever, but still, even with people that you're friends with, they'll say, and adults do it, they'll say things or write things down, I should say,
Hmm.
that they would never say to your face, ever,
Right.
and
Right.
so that's not even the video game issue, they're dealing with, um, the psychology behind it of, golly, like Social Dilemma. You
Right.
saw that, right?
Oh, I think that that is something very important for everyone to watch. Yes.
And that's on Netflix if anyone wants to watch it. What was your big takeaway from the Social Dilemma?
My biggest takeaway is how much is pushed out in front of us to continue to keep the draw and the power of the device that it has over you. There's this constant draw. So that's again why I encourage turning off notifications, because how they showed people behind the screen really navigating that for you. Just turn it off so that you can be fully present. And
Y-
for that to be in front of our kids, they don't know how to turn that off.
Right. And what's crazy is like, you know, if you're, I think most adults know that Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, whatever, their job is to keep your eyeballs on their platform.
Right.
And, that's never been a secret. And if you didn't know that, you're very naive to not know
Right.
that. But to see and hear from like the original, one of the original Facebook creators and Google,
Hmm.
and I think a dude from Twitter and Instagram or whoever, and all these people are on there like, yeah, this is why we did it, and oh my God, we never would have did it if we knew it had morphed into this with the artificial intelligence. And then the guy at the end that freaks you out, where they're like, where do you think this ends? And he's like, civil war, you know,
Yeah.
like at the very end, right? Like, because it's true, it gets so divisive, and they realize like the
Yeah.
things you interact with are what you hate,
Right.
and just
Right.
highly
That
recommend
just
anyone watching that.
consumes you.
Yep.
Yeah. It's just wild. So that's the thing, is like, the goal is not to, you know, micromanage what our kids are doing and put all these settings, or, like, obviously we want to bring safety into what they're doing, but it's conversation and education. And because when you start implementing, spend time with things that love you back, and being a present parent and doing this example, that's going to lead to difficult conversation, and why are we doing this, and questions. And once you start putting boundaries in, you're going to get resistance, but that's opportunity for you to educate your kids. You want them to have that knowledge, and so that they can see when something happens, oh, this is me, being self-conscious, or this is me trying to impress somebody else, or you want them to be aware.
Yeah. No, and what a cool social media discussion. I really wasn't planning on that. So good.
Yeah.
I'm glad that happened. Hey, so let's find out about your digital course you have coming up.
Okay, yeah, so it is called Digital Family Reset. It is launching at the beginning of December,
Okay.
and we talk about all these things. We talk about addiction. We have 6 modules, and we walk through all of that. We talk about addiction. We talk about pressing reset in your family by introducing spend time with things that love you back, how and when to use it. We talk about being a present parent, walking the talk, not listening with your hands full. We talk about marriage and what it looks like to date your spouse. We call it Date Me Always. And then we talk about leaving a legacy and having family night out and taking intentional time with your kids and doing one-on-one date nights with your kids, and being fully present and actively and intentionally doing that in your family. And it's really going to be a cool program. I'm super pumped. And yeah, I can't wait. If you want to sign up for that, if you want to get on the wait list for that, you can go to familystrongproject.com, click on resources, and we have a sign up for 25 screen-free family night out ideas, so you can start having fun while you wait.
Gotcha. Is this is there a deadline on this? You said early, the first week of December.
So this is only going to be available for 10 days. The cart is going to be open for 10 days starting December 8th.
Okay,
So
December 8th. Okay, I got time to get this out. I just want to make sure I wanted to get this out on time for you. That's
oh
all.
yeah, thank you. Yeah. So December 8th.
Okay, cool. Well, Mandy Zehnder, you did a great job. And so, hey, before I forget, what's the ultimate goal with Family Strong? Where do you want this to go for you and Joel?
So honestly, I don't know. I honestly
You don't
don't
have to
know.
know.
Like I said, I just felt called to share our phrase spend time with things that love you back, because it has been such a gift and a help in our family to not have arguments or so much pushback. Because the kids get it, because when we say, we're going to spend time with things that love you back, they know that that means us too, that it's not just the kids getting off their devices, it's us too. To watch Grace, my daughter, and Joel sit down and have a tea party, and they know that they're going to have their date night, like, she gets so excited. It's just been so special in our family, and it's really helped us to reconnect. So
What a
I don't
dad.
know where God's going to take it. So,
Joe and his tea party. Good job,
oh,
Dad.
it's just precious.
Oh, I bet. Well, hey, Mandy, give them your website again so they can connect with that, and then we'll call it a day. So what's your website?
It's FamilyStrongProject.com.
FamilyStrongProject.com. And do you have any accounts up on social media?
We are Family Strong Project on Facebook and Family Strong Project on Instagram. So yeah,
yes.
Come hang out with us. We'd love to have you.
There you go. All right. Well, hey, if you guys are interested, make sure you look up FamilyStrongProject.com. And I'm sure they're there, you know, their Facebook page or whatever, questions, concerns, any of that stuff, shoot it over to them. And also, if you need to, you're looking for a new hairdresser, Mandy does a great job. She cuts my wife's hair. Shout out to Mandy on that. But reach out anytime. Mandy, congratulations on creating this. Credit to you, by the way. A lot of people get called for stuff or they get that inspiration and they don't act on it. And you are acting on it. So it takes a lot of guts to do that. So good job with you. Okay.
Thanks, Tim. Tim, thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it. You're amazing. Best mortgage guy out there. I appreciate you.
I'm blushing. All right. Thanks, Mandy. And if you guys need something from me, I'm always here to help. She just mentioned I'm a mortgage guy. So loan officer, call me 239-437-4278. Website, timhartjr.com. And then all the social media accounts that you're not supposed to be looking at anymore. You can connect with us there too. All right. Thanks again, Mandy. See you later.
All right. Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.